Motodron is one of my favorite shows, and after spending a lot of time watching the series and the last episode, Massive Destruction, I decided to bring 9 things that will happen in Motodron Chapter 8. I need to make it clear that I talk about the things that will certainly happen, because they should leave that clear whether it's by comments, scenes, or foreshadowing. Let's begin. One of the safest things that we have it is a deep interaction between Uzi and Nori. Probably Nori survived after Uzi killed her in chapter 7. I mean, Uzi is still alive and Nori could be too. There Uzi will tell her mother what kind of life she has to endure until now. With that talk, Nori will rethink about her relationship with En could be the best thing that could have happened in her daughter's life. This position is more related to Nori and Uzi's past. On one hand, we know that Nori has lost many of her memories, and probably she will go remembering more about her past, like her past with Gan, how was her friendship with Shiva after the collapse, how she knew about the Motodrons, remember who almost killed her, and how she got into the cabin fever safe and sound. On the other hand, with Uzi, we have more information about her childhood, how she was a constant target to her bullies, and I hope the episode gives us the reason of why Dawn was one of her bullies for so many years. Changing characters, we have En, who will be the pilot one more time. How we know in chapter 2, it revealed that En is the official pilot of the team, and chapter 7, Uzi launched him the Tessin's Cage spaceship. So, En will have to pilot the spaceship to survive, or because he received signs that Uzi is still alive because she's still be an En's admin. Everyone got scared when Sin destroyed the patch. However, there are high probabilities that that specific patch was only an old version. We have to remember that the patch that Shiva launched Nori ended up falling into the hole, the same hole where Nori and Uzi fell. So Nori was looking for an old version for almost 20 years. Maybe someone else will find the latest patch, or at least the programmation if it is possible to connect it to a drone. I hope that the patch is still floating in space in very suspicious excellent quality. But while we know that Jason's products are in excellent quality. Yeah, is one of the characters that deserve more screen time, and that last episode is her last opportunity. We don't know what happened to her because her destiny is unclear. But if you ask me, I say that there are probabilities that Jay joins En and the others by force, or because she has already seen that the Sin has been using her, or they will just kill her again. Following with secondary or background characters, we have Lizzie, who has a surprising relevance and is on a mission with a secret friend. And that's what I'm gonna talk about. Who is her secret friend? Many have theorized that it could be V because they are best friends, and also means that V is still alive. On the other hand, it could be Doll too. Even though their status of friendship is uncertain, there are chances that Doll convinced her to take the risky mission after she saw something off with Tessa. Only the time will give us the answer. The Absolute Solver is a whole mystery from its origin to its purpose. We don't know why it only affects drones, why Absolute Solver destroys lives and planets. Even Sin controls the Absolute Solver, or the Absolute Solver controls Sin. So the last chapter has to give us the answers to these questions, and at the same time it's my weakness, maybe a counterpart or a similar programmation like the patch. Also, more Sin's backstory in a similar way with En in chapter 7, or a story by J or B if he's still alive. Obviously, N will have a cold and serious personality after losing UC and V. N will probably force J to work together. However, there's another point that I'd like to talk about. Does anyone remember the three staining glasses? We already have UC and V. N's is still a mystery. Here, N could have a true form, which transformation was shown in a parody in N the commercial. But knowing Leon, it could be a spoiler. We could see N acquiring a similar Eldritch form or just a power-up in his abilities. He will help in the final battle to beat Sin, but what will be the cost for N after the battle? The last one it is the N and Uzi reunion. As I said before, Uzi is still N and Fifth Annie, so she can communicate easily to them, and a possible kiss between Uzi and N. I'm bragging a Wallis reference. The scene when Eva discovers that Wallis survives the emerging species explosion. And yes, I'm waiting for something romantic with a funny punchline with a Nori who is reminding them that they have a universe to save. That's all the things that could happen in chapter 8 that I found. But tell me, do you have any prediction? Write it below the comments. And see ya, Starlitos!